She was the matriarch of what is arguably the biggest political family in this country. Diane Ford passed away during the weekend. She was the wife of an MPP, the mother of Toronto Mayor Rob Ford, the mother of Premier Doug Ford, and the grandmother of City Councillor Michael Ford. She fought for them publicly and gave them what for privately when she thought they crossed the line. Doug Ford remembers her as the strongest person he has ever known. I love this wedding photo. May I?
Yeah, absolutely.
What year were your parents married?
56, I believe.
It was the beginning of 3 generations of Ford politicians. Doug Ford Sr. co-founded a successful business and eventually became an MPP under Mike Harris. Ford Sr. died of cancer in 2006. Oh, look at this beautiful old family photo.
Yeah, that's when I was 14, I remember that.
Diane Ford rarely spoke publicly, but behind the scenes she played a major role shaping politics in this city and province. Do you think you would be where you are today in politics if you didn't have your mother's influence all these years?
No, neither would have, Rob. No.
In the Conservative war rooms of
Diane Ford was behind every campaign, knocking on doors for her sons, hosting thousands of people year after year at the infamous Ford Backyard Barbecue. What is the best piece of advice she ever gave you?
Don't get personal with people. She didn't like when we got into full-out battle in politics. She didn't like it at all.
You've had a few.
Well, I've had a couple, but no, she'd always kind of give me a little tongue lashing privately.
Would she? Is there one moment in particular?
During the election, back in Rob's days, or my mayoral election, I used to say the elites. She could drive her crazy when I said that.
She didn't like that word.
Oh, she didn't like it. She didn't like that because it's personal. You're going after someone, so she didn't want me saying elites. And
you still did.
Oh no, I try to stay away from that.
We started the interview and you said she was probably the strongest person you've ever known.
Absolutely, she was. Everything that she went through and all the challenges with Rob.
It must have been hard for her watching him struggle on the world stage.
Yeah, it was.
Grappling with.
But she would be the first out there defending him. But make no mistake about it, behind closed doors, he was getting a piece of her mind, that's for sure. And I think she was instrumental in making sure Rob went to go get the support he needed, which he did. The death of Rob devastated her. And she never got over that, ever. After Rob passed, she'd be up at the gravesite every day.
It seems only fitting that the woman who always welcomed people into her home wanted to die at home. And she did, surrounded by family. Like her husband and her son Rob, she died of cancer. Diane Ford was 85. Did she have any advice for you on, or parting words of wisdom for you? That
she actually said something funny. She said, don't get upset. Get out there and fix the province. And I broke out laughing. I went from being upset to laughing. I said, well, you're classic.
Visitation for Diane Ford will be held today and tomorrow, and a celebration of her life will be on Saturday morning at the Toronto Congress Centre. Doug Ford wants people to know everyone is welcome. For more on that interview and to see what Diane Ford's thoughts were on the government's handling of the autism file, go to citynews.ca.